to a beautiful night at Fenway Park as we prepare for Game 3 of the 4-game series between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox Baseball. Well, today the Red Sox made it official. Their second baseman's going to be here a while, and for a lot of money. Dustin Pedroia is going to be here for perhaps the rest of his career.
Well, certainly happy news for everybody. Dustin Pedroia, the Boston Red Sox fans, Red Sox Nation all over the place. Happy that Dustin Pedroia signed to a long-term contract, probably throughout his career as a member of the Boston Red Sox. And that's what he wanted. He wanted to stay with the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox wanted him here. So it was probably a very easy negotiation to go through. When you have two parties like this that are happy with each other, things seem to go smoothly. And it was very fun to see him out there this afternoon, sitting in front of the media and answering questions about why he loves Boston so much. And we all see it every day in his play, the way his passion is, the way he plays the ball game. This is the face of the Red Sox.
Well, our own Jenny Dell had the chance to catch up with the man of the hour, Dustin Pedroia, as part of our Geico quote of the day.
All right, Dustin, 8-year contract. What's the initial reaction from you?
I'm really excited to be here. I mean, this is my home. This is where my boys were born. I love playing in front of these fans and playing for this city. It means a lot to me and my teammates. So pretty excited, and I'll go out there and play as hard as I can.
You said this was a team that really took a chance on you. So what does it mean for you to be able to potentially retire a Red Sox player?
It means a lot. I mean, the tradition here, the way the city embraces their team. You know, it's special to put on the uniform and go out and play every night. So, you know, I'm pretty happy.
And Ben Cherington said this team really wasn't thinking about doing any long-term deals, but they made an exception for you. As a player, do you find something special in that statement?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I've loved the Red Sox ever since they picked me. It feels good for them to kind of give you that love back. So I'm pretty excited and can't wait to get out there and get to work.
Congratulations, Dustin.
Thanks. Yes,
Well, we thank Dustin Pedroia and his son Dylan, who is part of the interview as well. And congratulations to Dustin Pedroia. Well, tonight on the mound, it is Felix Doubront. We'll come back and talk about tonight's pitching matchup right after this. Between the Rays and the Red Sox. These aerial views are brought to you by Hood, the official dairy of the Boston Red Sox. Follow the Hood Blimp on Facebook and Twitter at Hood Blimp. Welcome back inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo. Well, tonight is Game 3 of the series. After a victory last night for the Red Sox, they send Felix Doubront to the hill. Should be a very good pitching matchup tonight. A battle of lefties. As on the mound for the Red Sox is Felix Doubront. David Price on the other side for the Rays. Well, Doubront 3-0 in his last 3 starts with 16 Ks, allowing 4 earned runs. First pitcher to allow 3 earned runs or less in 12 straight games since Pedro Martinez in 2002. On the other side, David Price, of course, last year's Cy Young Award winner, 20-5 last year with a 2.56 earned run average. This year, when on the disabled list and since coming off the DL, is 3-1 with a 1.97 ERA. So it is the Red Sox and Rays, and what a fun series this has been. Should be as well tonight. Just a game and a half between these two teams, with the Red Sox on top of the American League East. Well, the fans are ready for Game 3. We're ready. Back with the first pitch from Fenway right after this. Dealers, Salem 5 Bank and Pedroia's World, Kia of New England, Infinity, McDonald's of Boston, Toyota's official site for deals via Toyota.com, Vermont Cows, making you the best dairy. Learn more at VermontDairy.com. Grind's Coffee Pouches, the healthy alternative to tobacco for professional baseball players. And by Southwest Airlines. A beautiful night at Fenway Park as Felix Doubront leads his team out onto the field tonight. And as the Sox take the field, let's check out the Tampa Bay Rays starting lineup tonight. Desmond Jennings leads it off in center field with Evan Longoria at third base batting second. Ben Zobrist at second base bats third. Will Myers, the rookie, in right field in the cleanup spot. Luke Scott is the DH with Sean Rodriguez getting the start in left field. James Loney, the former Red Sox first baseman, at first base for the Rays. Jose Molina, who's had a terrific season series against Boston, hitting at .500. He does the catching and bats eighth with Yunel Escobar at shortstop batting ninth. Let's go down the pipe with FW Webb to take a look at the season numbers for tonight's Sox starter Felix Doubront. And he really has pitched very well lately for the Red Sox. His numbers: 19th appearance, 18th start, 7-3 with the 3.76 earned run average, 98 strikeouts on the year, and opponents hitting at .251 against the Red Sox left-hander.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you on NESN by Southwest Airlines. They are 9th in the American League with 56 errors on the season. Jose Iglesias at third base, Stephen Drew the shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second, and Mike Napoli the first baseman. Left to right, Johnny Gomes, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Shane Victorino, and Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching for Doubront.
Well, the umpiring crew tonight, Larry Van Over has a play calling the balls and strikes. The crew chief, Brian Gorman at first base, Manny Gonzalez at second base, and Tony Rendazzo is the umpire at third. Tonight's game is available in Spanish by pushing the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Really beautiful conditions here tonight at Fenway Park. 82 degrees. The breeze left to right at 12 miles per hour. And the forecast partly cloudy, but right now a lot of blue skies above Fenway as we get it started. The Rays able to take game 1 of the series. The Red Sox secure game 2. And here we go in game 3. Desmond Jennings in to get it started. And the first pitch of the ball game from Dubron. It's going to be a little bit high for ball 1. Desmond Jennings coming in hitting at .268 on the year. He's been the leadoff hitter for the Rays since July the 1st when he really secured that top spot in the Rays order. And since taking over on July the 1st, he's hit at .333. Has a little pop too for a leadoff hitter. He's got 11 home runs.
Also can run. You see that Iglesias about even with the bag at third base as we look at Joe Madden, the manager of the Rays.
One misses on the breaking ball inside. Jennings has now started 94 of 102 games for the Rays this season in center field. And look at his numbers since taking over in that leadoff spot. As this is fouled straight back, 2-2. Well, Evan Longoria is going to bat in the 2 spot tonight for the first time in his career. They move him up in the order. He has been hitting for power lately, but a lot of strikeouts with a shift his spot in the order. He has been sort of the one constant in this order for Joe Madden, who tinkers with it constantly. Jennings strikes out on a fastball away, and a good start for Felix Dubron.
Al Dubron right away getting ahead of Jennings and going to the outside part of the plate to get the swing and miss just off the outside edge to pick up his first strikeout of the night. Well, you're right about the lineup. Longoria hitting second. It's you never know from Joe Madden what the lineup's going to look like. It can change daily. It does change daily.
He was the one guy that you could sort of count on in his 3 spot in the order. But now he has even been shifted. So Longoria fouls off the first pitch here. Ben Zobrist bats in the 3 spot for Joe Madden. Well, whatever he has done, it has worked in Tampa Bay. And Zobrist waiting on deck in his new spot in the order. He'll bounce in for ball 1. Longoria hit safely in 6 straight games and has 3 home runs in his last 5 games. Had a home run here last night. 2 for 8 now in the series. Half-hearted swing kind of changed his mind in the middle.
Yeah, back-to-back changeups featured there by Dubron. One that bounced, and that time had Longoria well off balance on the back-to-back changeups.
In there for strike 3. Longoria turns out of the box and takes with him the second strikeout for Dubron of the night.
Well, almost the identical spot that he got Desmond Jennings on. Again, he goes to the outside part of the plate with the fastball. Longoria looks at it. Perfect pitch by Dubron. The Pitch Zone on NESN is brought to you by Amica. Amica Insurance. Great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance.
2 down here in the first inning, both by way of the K. And here's Ben Zobrist. Second baseman who hits at .266. 7 homers and 49 runs batted in. Slides into the 3 spot tonight anyway. Jerry, early on in the season for Dubron, a lot of high pitch counts. A lot of high pitch counts early in outings. What is different from what you see right now from Dubron?
Attacking hitters early in the game. You know, not waiting till the 4th or 5th inning. Coming right after guys. Throwing strikes. Getting ahead in the count. On
the ground and into right field for a base hit. And Zobrist taking it the other way. First base runner of the night for the Rays.
A nice piece of hitting by Zobrist there. He gets a breaking ball. Not a real good one that time from Dubront, and stays back nicely, finds that hole between first and second base and picks up the base hit. So Felix, after a couple of strikeouts, a no 1-2-3 inning as Zobrist picks up the hit. 7 steals on the season for Zobrist. He's been caught 1 time.
So runner at first, 2 down, and that'll bring up Will Myers. If we learned anything about Myers last night, that he was incredibly aggressive.
Hit the ball hard.
Swung at the first pitch. 3 of the 4 at bats he had in last night's game, and yeah, he hit the ball very hard in last night's game. And that upright stance. Red Sox have employed a shift on the left side of the infield as they bring Pedroia to the left side. So Iglesias, Drew, and Pedroia on the left side. Napoli holds the runner on at first, so a completely wide open right side. Low throw dug out by Napoli at first.
The shift obviously can work in a couple of ways. First of all, they put the players in the zone where they think the hitter is going to hit the ball. That's number 1. But number 2, you try to take the hitter out of his approach. Maybe he's thinking about, well, maybe I should try to go to second base and not have that same swing that he normally has.
Fouls this one back, and it's 1-1. Imagine you get used to it over time. A guy like David Ortiz, who over the years has had to deal with that every time he comes up.
I think you're right, Don. There's so much shifting in the game of baseball now that I think players are so used to it that it really doesn't change their swing. They don't try to defeat the shift on purpose. Sometimes it happens by accident.
Joe Madden certainly likes to shift. We know John Farrell loves to shift. He's on a miss, down and in for ball 2. Joe Madden's Rays with 59 wins, a game and a half back of the Red Sox to start tonight's action. Winners of 18 of their last 21 games. Orioles are 3.5 back, and Baltimore again tonight in Kansas City to take on the Royals. We'll be keeping an eye on all that action. On the outside corner for strike 2. Myers didn't like it.
And right now, Dubront's got that fastball wearing out the outside part of the plate here in the first inning.
He's in with a 5-gamer, 11 for his last 21. Myers returned to the lineup yesterday. And 2 for 4 here last night with a double and a solo home run in his return. He's been battling a sore wrist. Did not play on Sunday or Monday. And then the final 2 games of the Blue Jays series for the Rays. Here's the DH Luke Scott waiting on deck. Payoff pitch. He reaches out, protects the plate, fouls it off to the right. We'll get set for every Red Sox game on NESN with Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. NESN's pregame coverage of the Sox begins an hour before every game. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union, banking the DCU way. 2 down here in the first inning. Ben Zobrist gaining his lead at first. He'll be off. Myers fouls off another one up into the grandstand to the right.
Wow.
Nicely done.
One-handed catch.
Phone in one hand, baseball in the other.
That's good stuff.
Myers lines this foul into the seats hard.
I was wondering, Don, why do we see fans, like always make these great plays, and every time something comes up our way, we're diving to get out of the way of the ball, and it's not even hit that hard.
I know. And by the time it gets to us, it really isn't hit that hard.
No. Yeah, this guy, nice. One-handed catch, no showboating.
There's nothing,
still smiling.
There's nothing aggressive about how we attack foul balls.
We're gone.
In fact, I will go left most times.
Right out of the chair.
Yeah. Sometimes under the table. And we have a lot of practice over the years. Really no excuse for it. 3-2 pitches, ball 4, finally loses Myers, and all of a sudden, the Rays have runners at first and second with 2 down. Well, Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Invites you to join the walking club. Sign up today and get a cool wristband. Plus everything you need to start a walking program for better health. Find out more at bidmc.org. The Sox are put on the shift here. With Luke Scott coming up, the DH for the Rays. 2 quick strikeouts for Felix Dubron as he got Jennings and Longoria. But then a single allowed to Zobrist and a walk to Myers. And it's first and second with 2 down.
Luke Scott, the lefty in the lineup against Dubron. Good numbers against Felix, 273 with 2 home runs.
He had a 13-game hitting streak come to an end on Monday night in game 1 of the series. As he takes strike 1. He leads the team in this category, hitting at .380 with runners in scoring position. It's Zobrist at second, Myers at first. In there for strike 2 on the curveball, 0-2.
And I think Scott may be a little upset with himself that he didn't swing at this pitch. It's kind of a hanging curveball that stays up in the zone and inside, and that becomes a pretty good pitch for a left-hander to hit.
Well, Scott always a power threat, has 9 homers, 4 homers in his last 11 games. High for ball 1. All of a sudden, Dubron's had to throw a lot of pitches in this first inning. This would be pitch number 25 of the first. Evens up at 2-2. He has been terrific. Last 6 starts has not lost. And a nifty 1.83 earned run average along the way. How about the opponent average? Another 200 at 181. Trying to get through this first inning unscathed. Ball 3 had been 0-2. It's a full count now. And the base runners can get a start here with 2 outs in the inning. On the ground, into the shift. It's Pedroia in short right. He'll throw him out, inning over. Dubron gets out of the jam. The Sox are coming up. Sox coming to bat in the bottom of the first inning, and the Red Sox batting order is brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Well, after a night off last night, he's back in there tonight at the top. Jacoby Ellsbury in center field with Shane Victorino in right. Dustin Pedroia at second base. David Ortiz at DH with Mike Napoli at first base. Johnny Gomes in left field bat sixth with Stephen Drew at shortstop. Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching, batting eighth. Salty at Fenway this season hitting at 284. And Jose Iglesias rounds out the starting nine. He's at third base. For the Rays, last year's Cy Young Award winner. Numbers brought to you by Nissan. For David Price, 14th start, 4-5, although he is 3-1 since coming off the DL. So an overall 4.03 earned run average, 72 strikeouts to 15 walks, and opponents hitting at 271 against David Price.
And of course, he went on the DL in a game against the Red Sox, or after a game against the Red Sox, where he hurt his tricep muscle. And you're right, Don. He has been some kind of special since coming off the disabled list.
4 starts since returning, 3-1 with a nifty 1.97 earned run average. He has had a total of 23 strikeouts to 1 walk in his last 32 innings. 1 walk. Ellsbury will take strike one. Ellsbury at 304 with 4 homers and 34 runs batted in. On the ground, a couple of hops up to Escobar. Escobar committed his first error last night in 54 games, but makes that play cleanly.
Let's look at the Tampa Bay defense. Second in the league with only 39 errors on the season. Evan Longoria at third base. Yunel Escobar, the shortstop. Ben Zobrist at second. James Loney, the first baseman. Left to right, Sean Rodriguez, Desmond Jennings, and Will Myers. Jose Molina doing the catching for David Price.
One down here in the last half of the first inning for Shane Victorino. Shane coming in hitting at 284 into tonight's action. 1 for 9 so far in the series against Tampa Bay. He's been stealing some bases, 3 thefts in the last 2 games. We'll take a late strike call from Larry Van Over. Took a good long look.
Change up at 85 miles an hour, down and in. Victorino thought it was low.
On the ground off the glove of Price, it kicks out to Escobar, and he'll throw out Victorino. The glance off the glove actually helped out David Price. That was headed up the middle.
Yeah, it looked like Victorino was going to have the base hit, but goes 1-6-3 for the out. There's the deflection right there that takes it right to Yunel Escobar.
So 2 down for Dustin Pedroia. 306, 6 homers and 58 runs batted in. Jerry, I have no doubt that it will ever change the way that Dustin plays the game. But you take a look at the security he now has in his life, it has to feel very, very good.
Yeah, I would say probably it does. Don, what do you think?
I think it'd be pretty good.
And I agree with you. It won't change the way he plays the game.
This one fouled off to the right, out of play. I don't think it's in his nature ever to change the way he plays the game.
No, he's played it since the first day he was here. I mean, that's how he plays. That's how he's always going to play till the last game that he plays. He plays every game like it's the last game that he's going to play.
Well, a good deal for the Red Sox, a good deal for Dustin Pedroia. And it has worked out for both parties. This is set foul down the right field line, out of play. Well, Dustin coming up on 1,000 games, 303 average in his career. Of course, got Rookie of the Year under his belt, MVP, 96 home runs, 467 RBIs. And of course, all of it in a Red Sox uniform, and likely will spend his entire career in a Red Sox uniform. Certainly something to be said for that, as there is strike 3 over the outside corner. Pedroia does not like the call at all. 1-2-3 first for Price.
many vital parts to the Red Sox success this season. We'd like the fans at home to vote on it. It's a new segment here at NESN, our AT&T text poll question of the night. And fans, we'd like to ask you, who do you think has been the Sox most valuable player this season? So text your answer to 95323 and vote RS1 for Clay Buchholz, RS2 for David Ortiz, RS3 for Dustin Pedroia, or RS4 for Koji Uehara. Message and data rates may apply, and we'll keep you informed on the progress all game long, so keep those texts coming, and I'll give you the final results later in the game. Don?
All right, Jay, thank you very much. It'll be interesting to see the results of that poll tonight.
You know, Don, I'd like to text and do that, except that I don't know how to do it yet.
You haven't figured that out yet on your phone? You've done everything else. You're learning very quickly. Up the middle, Pedroia to the backhand, quickly throws to first in time to get Sean Rodriguez. Nice play as he hopped up in a hurry and fires to get Rodriguez.
You know, we've mentioned it more than once this year. I think that Dustin Pedroia is playing the best defense at second base that he has ever played, and it's always been good. But it's been exceptional this year. Going to his right, diving, scrambling back to his legs, and making that throw to first base to get the out against Rodriguez.
One down here in the second inning. That'll bring up James Loney. Loney at .313 to start the night. 9 homers, 45 runs batted in. Signed a 1-year deal with the Tampa Bay Rays. Be a free agent at the end of the year. And with the way that he is putting up offensive numbers, and his defense has always been good, it appears that he'll be playing for perhaps somebody else next year. The Rays not likely to offer him what it is that his numbers are worth at this point. This one is to second base on a tough hop. That is picked by Pedroia. Putting on a defensive clinic here in the inning. 2 down.
Actually, those are the kind that you like at second base because you know you're going to get a high bounce on it. It's the ones that stay low that really give you a problem or you don't like. This one just bounces up on Pedroia, and from there it becomes a fairly routine play.
So 2 down here in the inning. He has had assists on each of the last 3 outs. And here's Jose Molina. 42 homers and 12 runs batted in. He'll take strike 1. Sprout looking for a more economical inning here in the second. Had to throw 27 first inning pitches. And Pedroia may have assists on all 3 putouts. He does, and Dubron has a 1-2-3 second. We're scoreless from Fenway. By People's United Bank. We'll show you Dustin Pedroia's contract extension press conference here at Fenway Park. Review tonight's ball game and take a look at Bill Belichick's comments on Aaron Hernandez. It all comes your way with Jamison Coyle and Leah Hextall following our Sox coverage. Well, Dustin Pedroia with assists on all 3 putouts. In fact, to the last 4, he has handled at second base, and the Red Sox come to bat here in the home half of the 2nd inning. Down in order in the 1st inning. David Price used just 9 pitches to retire the side in order in the 1st inning. David Ortiz to lead it off here in the 2nd. 324 with 19 homers and 65 runs batted in. Ortiz will be followed by Napoli and Gomes here in the 2nd inning. David Price in his career 8-5 against Boston with a 3.27 earned run average. A strike 1 to David Ortiz. There's a 94-mile-an-hour fastball in there.
It's interesting, Don. They don't put the shift on, as you can see right there with Ortiz at the plate, the second baseman in pretty much a normal pull position.
And taken the other way into left field for a base hit. First base hit of the night for the Red Sox.
A nice job by David Ortiz. Gets the breaking ball from David Price. Stays back. Serves it to the opposite field on the line. There's the breaking ball away. Ortiz does not try to pull it. Goes to the opposite field and picks up the base hit. That's a perfect swing. Head right on the baseball. Line shot to left field.
Ortiz extending his hitting streak to 6 games now. 9 for 20 during the 6-gamer. On here to begin the 2nd inning. Mike Napoli will stand in. Napoli 3 for 6 in the series. Outside for ball 1. David Price, 27 years of age, 13th start of the year today. Spent a total of 47 days in the DL with the tricep strain that he suffered in the game against the Red Sox back on May the 15th. It's the first time he's ever been on the disabled list in his career. He's only walked 1 of his last 120 batters. Fouled off to the right. He jumps ahead of Napoli 1-2.
And you know, the Red Sox generally a very, very patient team at the plate, but when you see those kind of numbers, 1 walk, you might want to be more aggressive early in the count.
Give you the numbers for Price against the Red Sox. His numbers against the American League East as a whole are pretty good too. He's 34-13 in his career against the AL East.
It's like fastball away.
Napoli chases and strikes out. That fastball is at 96 miles an hour. Second strikeout for Price, 1 down.
We've seen both left-handers early in the game against righties. Dubront and Price use that outside part of the plate to their advantage. That time the fastball right by Napoli. Second strikeout of the night for Price.
1 down. David Ortiz at first base. Johnny Gomes the batter. 243 with 8 homers and 26 runs batted in. He came into last night's game as a defensive replacement in left field. Got a bat in the game and was 1 for 1. For the first and back is David Ortiz.
just to let you know that I know you're there. Ortiz had about a 2-step lead at first.
There's a check swing foul into the Red Sox dugout. Well, last night a good outing for John Lester again. Really his second straight good outing, and back to being John Lester again. Look at his numbers, 6 1/3 as part of the victory last night.
I like that 0 in the walk column for Lester. 8 strikeouts for John. A lot of those on fastballs.
Seemed like fewer cutters last night.
It did seem that way in the game last night. Probably the fewest we've seen him in any start so far this season.
Holmes will take the strike. It grabs the outside corner. He is down 0-2.
Now, there's a cutter right there from David Price. This cutter picking up the outside corner knee high.
Well, the Rays keep rolling out good starting pitchers. You get Price tonight. Jeremy Hellickson scheduled to go tomorrow. He is 9-3. One-two pitch. Gomes will take it, and that is strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Price, his 3rd K of the game.
That happens so many times, and we talk about it a lot, but you start thinking, everything's away, and you start thinking about the pitch being on the outside part of the plate. All of a sudden, you get buzzed inside, and you're caught by surprise.
And 2 outs here in the second. With Big Papi still at first base, he had a leadoff single. And he's still at first base now, 2 down in the inning. Here's Stephen Drew. 228, 5 homers, 32 runs batted in. And started 4 of the last 5 games since being activated off the disabled list on Saturday. Only 5 and right at the bottom of the strike zone. This has been anywhere from 95 to 97. Drew so far hitting at 176 against left-handed pitching. 2 of the 5 home runs he has, however, have been off lefties. He's not dealing with your average lefty tonight, dealing with David Price. On the ground, back to Price, able to pick it on the backhand and flips underhanded to first to end the inning. Price able to work his way around a leadoff single. We've got no score at the end of 2. iOS and Android. Download now at NESN.com/preplay to play along during every Red Sox game. Well, David Price has been very good so far through the first 2 innings. Has 3 strikeouts, only allowed 1 batter to reach. Good off single by David Ortiz, and we head now into the 3rd inning without a score from Fenway. Yunel Escobar, Desmond Jennings, and Evan Longoria the bat in the 3rd. Escobar back to the number 9 spot. He slid up to 6 in the order last night. On the ground left side, Drew plays the hop and fires to first for the out. We had the chance in between innings to talk to Red Sox bench coach Torey Lovullo, and the first question I asked him is about the big signing today of Dustin Pedroia and having the chance to watch him on an everyday basis as a coach for the Sox.
It's hard to describe unless you have that opportunity. He's a pretty spectacular guy to the fans because they get to watch him every day perform on the field. But behind the scenes, he's even better. And I know a lot of thought process went into that when they were talking about re-signing him. And we couldn't have a better leader on board for the next several years.
Sorry, David Price tonight. I mean, that's a tough challenge for anybody. He's pitching as well right now as anybody in the game, and looks like he's got his stuff in the first couple of innings.
Yeah, he's got his A game, no doubt about it. The first night we get more, and now we got David Price. He's pumping 97-mile-an-hour fastballs on the edges of the plate. But this is a patient team. We're going to wait it out. We're not going to change our approach, and we're going to stay with what got us this far and wait for that pitch.
Torey, thanks for the time.
Anytime, guys.
Torey Lovullo, who has done a terrific job alongside John Farrell, one of the guys that John Farrell very much wanted to have in his coaching staff, who was with him in Toronto. Brian Butterfield also a part of that staff. Check swing, but he goes around. Desmond Jennings with a swing and a miss, 1-2. Jennings getting his second look tonight at Felix Dubron. He struck out swinging in the first inning. Thought about it, but lays off and takes ball 2. Jennings now, Longoria next. To left field. Johnny Gomes spins around and then is unable to make the catch. Kind of trapped it out there and left. And Jennings aboard at first. That was hit sharply, and Gomes went around, spinning around out of the outfield first, and then turned and saw that sinking liner, so he had to drop down to try to grab it.
Yeah, that ball fooled Johnny Gomes on contact, I think. He started to go back, spun around, as you mentioned, Don, and the ball was sinking, and sinking very, very quickly. And Gomes tries to make the catch right there, but cannot do so. So he's going back toward the warning track, then realizes, oh no, I've gone too far, and then just traps the ball.
One down, Jennings at first base, and Longoria coming up here. He struck out looking in the first inning, 0 for 1. They award a base hit to Desmond Jennings on the play, and it is the second hit given up by Felix Dubron tonight. Low throw, this one gets away. The second base goes Jennings. Back-to-back low throws, and this one gets away from Napoli. So Jennings into scoring position with now 1 down.
Yeah, kind of a gift right there by Felix Dubron. A couple of throws to first base, and this one not even close, as Napoli can't make the catch on it, and Desmond Jennings finds himself very quickly in scoring position at second base. That'll go as an error on Dubron.
Longoria has yet to see a pitch. Now he will, and he will take ball 1. Appeared to be a pretty good pitch.
Yeah, Dubront wanted to know where it was, and Vanover, the home plate umpire, just signaled it was upstairs. You'll see it probably hit the top of the Amica strike zone.
Line to left and in for a base hit. Jennings to third will be stopped there as Gomes fires it in. It's cut off. And it's first and third with one out. Longoria hit it so hard, Jennings didn't have a chance really to score. And Gomes gets it back in quickly. So it's first and third with one out.
Yeah, with 2 outs, they might have taken a chance of scoring Jennings from second base. But with the 1 out and how hard that ball was hit, they do hold up the runner at third base. Gomes got to it quickly, got it back in quickly. The throw was a little bit off target. But you can see Foley, the third base coach, that ball was in the glove of Johnny Gomes when Jennings just about got to third base.
So they're at the corners now for Ben Zobrist. Zobrist singled to right field in the first inning as one of 3 Tampa Bay hits. All-Star for the second time this year, Ben Zobrist. Also went to the All-Star game in 2009. He's squaring on a safety squeeze here, and stopping at third base and retreating is Jennings as Zobrist will reach at first base. So Jennings took a look, didn't think he was going to be able to make it, so stayed at third base, retreated, and now the bases are loaded.
That's a very good read at third base by Desmond Jennings, because he knew Dubront was going to make the play on this, so he stops right there, seeing Dubront has got to make the play, and goes back to third base. Dubront did the right thing. I mean, you know, he doesn't have time to look around, so he looks right toward home plate, gets the ball there, and then there's really nothing you can do. Jennings gets back, bases loaded. We've seen the Red Sox try that play a couple of times, but they've caught the man at home plate. That time I thought Jennings did an excellent job reading the play.
So bases loaded and one down now for Will Myers. Myers walked in the first inning. And swinging at that first pitch, fouls it off. Something we've seen a lot so far from Myers. So far 1 for 3 with the bases loaded in his young major league career.
You know, Don, I know it's early in this ball game, but this is a critical inning here for the Red Sox because they're facing David Price tonight. The way he's been pitching, you can't afford to fall very far behind.
Inside, 1-1. All started with 1 out. Jennings singled to left field. And the errant throwing error from Felix Dubront from the mound allowed Jennings to second. Longoria singles. Zobrist given credit for a sacrifice on the play that puts the bases loaded. A safety squeeze. 1-1 pitch to Myers. And that is on the outside corner. It was painted at 1-2.
Tell you one thing, the corners have been very consistent for Vanover tonight. They're getting corners, both Dubront and Price.
Ahead as he fouls it off, and it hangs at 1-2. Dubront would love to induce a ground ball here for double play. Get out of this jam. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the third inning. He is ahead of Myers, 1-2. Myers will foul it straight back. 93 in the fastball that time.
That's a good job there by Myers. That's a tough pitch. Fastball outside part of the plate, able to make contact, stay alive. That's a good pitch by Dubron.
Bases filled with Rays, 1 out in the inning. The 1-2 pitch again to Will Myers. Myers gets jammed and flips it out to shallow center, falling fast, and that'll fall for a hit. In from third is Jennings. Longoria is behind him. He will score. 2 runs in for Tampa Bay. Myers appeared to get jammed and just strong-armed that ball out to right center field, and 2 runs are in.
Well, by fouling off a tough pitch prior to this, he gets another chance. He gets looks like a cut fastball that time that jammed him, got him around the label of the bat, and just pushes it out over the head of Pedroia and in front of Ellsbury, and 2-run score. So everything that was hit last night by Myers was hit on a line of rockets, and tonight bloops one in to get 2 RBIs, his 20th and 21st of the season.
He's now 2 for 4 with 8 RBIs with the bases loaded in his young career. So the Rays strike first with a pair here. They still have runners at first and second. Still only 1 out in the inning. And the designated hitter Luke Scott getting his second look tonight at Felix Dubron. A pop-up foul ground. Racing is Iglesias, but he won't have a play. Scott grounded out to Dustin Pedroia at second base in the first inning. Scott spending the bulk of his career in the American League East. First with the Baltimore Orioles after spending his first few years in Houston. And now a member of the Rays for the last couple of years as he takes another strike, is down 0-2. Took over the DH spot last year for Johnny Damon, who had been the DH for the Rays. It's Ben Zobrist at second. Will Myers at first. 2 runs in, 1 out in the inning. Runners on the move as the pitch is a ball and a double steal for Tampa Bay. Zobrist to third, Myers to second on the double theft.
Well, when you got an inning going, you try to keep the pressure on as much as you possibly can, and you see that walking lead at second base by Zobrist. No chance for Saltalamacchia at either second or third.
So now 2 in scoring position with 1 out. Count of 1-2. And a fly ball to left field. This will send Johnny Gomes back towards the warning track to make the catch. Plenty deep enough for Zobrist to third base to tag and score the Rays' 3rd run of the night. And it is 3-0 now, Tampa Bay. A sac fly for Luke Scott.
Good job by Scott. He gets the breaking ball, goes to the opposite field. We mentioned the last time up his numbers against Dubron. That's why he's in the lineup tonight, and it pays off. Gets the sacrifice fly to get the run home.
So the Rays getting 3 runs for David Price so far. Runner at second, 2 down. Sean Rodriguez, the batter. He grounded out to second base first time up as Dubron bluffs off the backside of the hill. That's strike 1 to Rodriguez. Came up with the Angels organization, was traded from the Angels to the Rays in the Scott Kazmir deal, and has become very versatile for Joe Madden, playing the infield and the outfield. was anticipated to begin the year that he was going to share first base time with James Loney, but Loney's played so well that he has been in there every day, and Rodriguez has had to move around as this one is fouled off to the right. The 28-year-old has now appeared in 56 games. He's played in left, first base, shortstop, and right field. The more versatile you are, it seems the more Joe Maddon likes having you around. A lot of different parts on his club. You got to be able to play a few different positions, and we've seen many of those guys throughout the years excel under Joe Maddon. That's up and away for ball one. Two-time American League Manager of the Year, 2008, 2011. This is his 8th season at the helm for the Tampa Bay Rays. 1-2 is in there for strike 3, and Gibran ends the inning with a strikeout, but the Rays collect 3 runs and take a 3-0 lead. Corbin's 20 starts with the Rockies this year. The team is 18-2 with 16 games over 500. Anyone else has started. The team are 21 games under 500. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea is the refreshing hard iced tea. It tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted. The Maestro, the conductor for the Boston Pops. Keith Lockhart in the house in Fenway Park.
Don, you've done some work with him, haven't you?
I have, yes. We've shared the same stage on a couple of different occasions.
Yes.
Thanks for asking. He actually let me conduct, was it Sleigh Bells during one of the holiday concerts.
So you have a movie career, and you also...
Yes, also a maestro. If it's okay with you, call me the Maestro. That's all right.
It's okay. Whatever you ask. You're the boss. Right now, we need some runs.
Yes, we do. Down 3-0 as we head to the 3rd inning. Jared Saltalamacchia, Jose Iglesias, and Jacoby Ellsbury with work to do here in the bottom of the 3rd. Saltalamacchia batting for the first time tonight. Totes a .262 average, 8 homers, and 37 runs batted in. Center fielder Desmond Jennings way over towards right center. Good size gap in left center field right now for Saltalamacchia. And he'll ground one on 2 hops to short. Escobar's throw is accurate in time. 1 down. Send it down to Jenny Dell.
Well, Don, you talked about the success that David Price has had on the mound, but he's really influenced the entire Rays team. While he was on the DL, the team was 24-20, and since his return, they've been 15-3. Rays manager Joe Maddon believes that he truly has set an example for this entire starting rotation, but specifically pointed out Chris Archer, their rookie starter, who said watches his every move.
They've had so many good pitchers, and Price now really the top of that list. They lose James Shields during the offseason, of course, in a trade with Kansas City. And Price, a terrific leader. Chris Archer, we saw earlier this season, pitch against the Red Sox, and he appears to be another very good starter for the Rays. They are anticipating getting Alex Cobb back relatively soon, and the question is whether Archer stays at that point. They get so much good pitching, they don't have enough room in the rotation. As the pitch is in there for strike 1 to Iglesias.
Now, that's one thing you can count in and year out for the Tampa Bay Rays is good pitching. And when they lose guys out of the bullpen, they find other guys that do a great job.
On the ground, softly towards Longoria, picks it in the backhand. 2 down in the inning. Price continues to roll right along. He has 5 ground ball outs and 3 strikeouts in this game through 2 2/3. Good comfortable night to be in the bleachers tonight here at Fenway Park. Two outs in the third. Jacoby Ellsbury coming up. Interesting to hear John Farrell's comments before the game today. He was asked by the writers if he considered using Ellsbury in last night's game, and he thought perhaps maybe in a pinch running role if necessary, but he thought it was more important to give him the night off in its entirety. As back to the mound, Price able to pick it himself, helping out his own cause defensively. It's 3-0 Tampa Bay. Eastern Bank, you always put others first. Wouldn't it be nice if your bank did the same thing? With products that make life easier and a commitment to helping those in need, here, you're first. Eastern Bank. So on to the top half of the 4th inning back at Fenway Park. Rays have a 3-0 lead as they come to bat here in the 4th, and it's the bottom third of their order. James Loney Jose Molina and Yunel Escobar to bat in the inning. Only grounded out to Dustin Pedroia at second base in the second inning. And a milestone in last night's game. Picked up his 1,000th career hit. Second inning single in last night's game. And the third Rays player in history to reach 1,000 hits in a Rays uniform. Joined Carlos Pena and Carl Crawford. This way, Boggs, the only member of the Rays to reach his 3,000th hit. Of course, got his 3,000th hit in a Rays uniform. Fred McGriff got his 2,000th hit in a Rays uniform.
And of course, that 1,000 hit mark, that's a baseball that you certainly keep as a souvenir. First hit, 1,000th hit.
This is a fair ball down the third base line, kicks off the boxes, and Gomes races in. Stopping with a single is Loney at first base. And a leadoff single here in the fourth inning.
You're talking about it last time he was at the plate, Don, the fact that Loney coming over to the Tampa Bay Rays from the Red Sox, and I don't think anybody expected him to do what he's done so far this year. And as you mentioned, the free agent at the end of the season, and they always seem to find somebody else for that position. It's amazing what the Rays have been able to do.
It kind of reminds you a little bit of the Montreal Expos there for a while. A team that just cannot keep their stars, but seem to
and developed so much talent.
Yeah, and be able to field a very good team year in and year out, but unable to sign a lot of the guys that they create. And it's Jose Molina grounded out to second base in the second inning. That was always the case really with Carl Crawford. Now, since he's left Tampa, he's not been the same type of player that he was in Tampa, but they really made no attempt to keep him in Tampa Bay. They knew they could not pay the likes of Carl Crawford the way that he played there in Tampa, but he was homegrown with the Rays. Molina bunting back towards the mound. DeBron's got a chance at second. He gets one there. On to first with Molina running. They turn the double play. Well, combination worked out very well there. A chance for DeBron to get the runner at second, and with the slow running Jose Molina, you get a chance for DP, and they get it done.
That's a bad bunt by Molina right back to DeBron, and he knows if he can get that man at second base, the Red Sox got a chance to double up Molina because he can't run at all. And that's exactly what happens. Good quick release by Drew at shortstop to get that double play.
I was being kind and saying that he does not run well. You said he can't run at all.
He really can't run. He can't run, Don, and he knows it. That's not being mean. I mean, he knows it.
Two down here in the fourth inning for Yunel Escobar. He swings at the first pitch and carves it foul. Escobar grounding to shortstop in the third inning. Elevates on the fastball. Escobar chases. Top of the order, Desmond Jennings waiting on deck. He got the 3-run inning started for the Rays last inning. Down and in, and it's 1-2. Too far inside. 2-2. Baltimore and Kansas City underway tonight in Kansas City. They're in the first inning without a score. Wei Chen in that game against Irvin Santana. Pitching for Kansas City. The Orioles 3.5 back of the Red Sox heading into tonight's game. And of course, The next series for the Red Sox will be on the road against the Baltimore Orioles. A brief 3-game series over the weekend at Camden Yards.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from Baltimore, then back home.
Made for an easy pack this morning. Have you packed yet?
It was so easy, I'm waiting until tomorrow morning.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, wow. Payoff pitch to Escobar. On the ground to third. A tough hop, but it's picked by Iglesias. Picks himself up. Low throw, but it's dug out by Napoli for the out. Nice play on both ends. 3.5 done. 3-0 Tampa Bay. Bank, you put your family first, job first, even your team first. Isn't it time someone put you first? Eastern Bank does just that with products like Eastern Free Checking. Here, you're first. Eastern Bank.
Well, a very nice defensive inning for the Red Sox. They had that double play on the bunt attempt, and then Iglesias going to his left. You see him cheating to his right. It was a breaking ball. Has to go back to his left, scoop it on the ground. It's just about by him, and then the scoop at first base by Mike Napoli. So 2 very nice plays. Napoli really had to smother that ball right around his belt buckle.
So bottom of the 4th inning, and the Red Sox trying to get some work done here against David Price. Price has thrown as many pitches through the first 3 innings as Felix Dubron threw in the first inning. Price has only thrown 27 as he starts this bottom of the 4th inning. 2, 3, and 4 for Boston. Victorino, Pedroia, and Ortiz. Price has given up 1 hit. David Ortiz with a single to left field in the 2nd inning. He has 3 strikeouts, and he's not walked anybody yet. David will bat 3rd in this inning. Torino fouls it off. Got the fastball 2-0, but it was up, and he fouls it back. 93 on the fastball that time. On the ground, deep in the hole, it's short. Escobar in the air to make the throw to the Poloni off the bag. And Victorino will reach for what will likely be an infield hit.
Now, Victorino's got that kind of speed that when you make a shortstop go to his right that far, he's probably going to beat it at first base, and that's still operating out of the right side of the batter's box. Little bobble by Escobar as he went to make the transfer from the glove to the throwing hand, and I think that threw him off target a little bit. Victorino, no sign of any kind of limp right there, running well down the line.
He's had 3 stolen bases in the last 2 games. He's at first base here to begin things in the 4th. Second time the Red Sox have had the lead runner on. And here is Dustin Pedroia. He struck out looking in the 1st inning. Yeah, a slow roller down the third baseline, and this is going to trickle foul. Just kicked off the grass and in front of the bag went foul. Dustin was going to reach if that stayed fair.
That's where you want the lines tilted in, right? Tilt them in at home. Keep those balls fair, but this one, no. You can tell it's going to go foul right there. A lot of spin on that ball as it was right at the edge of the grass.
For the first and back to the bag is Victorino. Only holding him on at first. On the ground up the middle, ranging is Escobar, but he will flip to second for one. Barehanded to bare hand, and it's a double play. Nicely turned in the middle of the infield for the Rays.
Wow. Now that's pretty impressive. Right out of the glove behind the back by Escobar, going up the middle. Watch this. How about that? Right into the throwing hand of Ben Zobrist. Now that's impressive. And certainly Escobar likes that. When you make a stylish play like that, you can style a little bit.
Well, that's one thing he has done less of, and that's styling it. That was one of the issues the Braves had. And Bobby Cox at one point when he started his career in the Atlanta Braves organization. Too much styling, not enough good plays on the routine plays, and he has gone back to that now in his 3rd team and has played very well for Joe Madden here, but can still make the spectacular play as well. That was the first double play turn by the Rays, and it was in spectacular fashion.
I've been in situations as a second baseman like that where you just have no idea where a flip like that is going to go. It was perfect. It was right into Zobrist's hand.
There's an 0-1 to Ortiz, and a fly ball down the right field line. Will Myers heading over to the dirt of the track and onto it to make the catch that ends the inning. We're through 4. The Rays have a 3-0 lead. President and CEO Larry Lucchino, plus examine Bill Belichick's press conference. It all begins at 6 a.m. here on Nesson at 93.7 WEIFM. Did you have your weekly chat with the boys today? Did you?
Yes, I was. Yep, very early this morning.
Oh, really? Earlier than usual?
About 8:30, 8:40, somewhere in that area.
I'm sure you were terrific.
So-so.
Desmond Jennings leading it off here in the 5th inning. Well, drop in there for strike one. Jennings getting his 3rd look at Felix Dupont. Struck out in the 1st, single in the 3rd, scored a run. He started that 3-run inning for Tampa Bay. Jennings, Longoria, and Zobrist scheduled to bat here in the top of the 5th inning. David Price has kept the Red Sox off the scoreboard in the first 4 innings on just 35 pitches. He's given up 2 leadoff hits and has worked his way around both. There's a swing and a miss, and Dubron picks up his 4th K of the game. 1 down here in the 5th.
The cut fastball there by Dubron. The second time he has struck out Jennings tonight. First time was on a fastball. This time on the cut fastball. The last whiff was brought to you by Head and Shoulders.
One out in the 5th inning. Evan Longoria, the batter. And we'll skip in for ball 1. Longoria struck out looking in the 1st inning, singled and scored in the 3rd inning. Similar to Dustin Pedroia, Evan Longoria really wants to stay with the Tampa Bay Rays. Everybody saw his first contract signed with him, but then signed another very long-term contract to stay with Tampa Bay. Same type of idea. He really enjoys kind of being the face of the franchise for the Rays and very comfortable there and wants to stay there. So taking less money than perhaps he would on the open market at any time. On the ground to 3rd base to his left, Iglesias. Sidearm toss and plenty of time. 2 down. It's time for a Fenway fan story and Jenny Dell.
Well, I am now joined by Brenda and Bert, who have been season ticket holders since 1977. Bert, I know it was in the family before, but what led you on to get season tickets back in '77?
Well, I've always had gone to the ball game since I was very young, and I felt that I wanted to make sure that I didn't miss any games. So I got season tickets.
And now, Brenda, you said it's been in the family. You have quite a large family, and they're all Red Sox fans as well?
They are. We have 2 sons married to 2 wonderful daughter-in-laws who love baseball, thank goodness, and 4 grandsons. So they've all come in here, sat on our laps for years and years. The oldest is 12, the youngest is 3, and they have attended probably at least 5 games a year themselves.
Now, how big is Fenway a part of your life? It seems like it's really, truly a big part of the family, but coming here to Fenway and that experience, what does that mean to you?
Even after all these years, it's been special. We've seen it all. We've been through some really bad times. I tell my oldest grandson, who's 12, that he's seen 2 World Series in his life. It took us a long time to get to that point. But it has been fantastic. I mean, cold days in April, hot days in July and August, cold days hopefully again in October. But it's really always been an exciting time to come into the city. Love the fact that Fenway is in the city.
We got true fans here, and actually the fan right behind us. It's his first game, so Jerry, we're going to give the hot dogs over to him. Congratulations. Thank you for being our fans of the game.
Yankees out hitting the Red Sox 5-2 as the Red Sox come to bat here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And here are some of the results from our texting tonight. Again, you can vote at 95323. He's been the Red Sox MVP this season, and so far Dustin Pedroia has the lead. But that is still moving. As you can see, those lines moving from time to time as the very latest texting information comes in.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yes. This could be a lot of fun, Jerry. We could have all kinds of fun with this texting thing.
You're gonna have to teach me how to do that, Don.
It's not hard.
I got the brand new phone.
You're already doing very difficult things that you've never done before.
I never have done before, but you're going to have to teach me how to, so I can put my vote in.
Well, I'm very confident you'll be able to do it.
Okay.
I mean, so far you're doing everything. You're emailing. I don't know what you're doing. You're on your Twitter now.
Yeah, I watch, see what the fans got to say.
And the newest, most exciting development of this new phone for me is that you actually answer the phone when you call you now. For the first time in 13 years that I've worked with you, I can now call you, and in half the time I can now expect that you might be on the other end. It's awesome.
It's true. It's true.
What is going on? Why are you leaving it on all the time now?
I'm learning how to use it.
Okay, so this is going to end soon? There's a trial period?
There's a pretty good chance it will end. But
that's sad. I like it. I mean, we were texting at, it was about 12:30 the other night. At one point, and there you were.
That's where we were watching the Yankee game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, on Sunday night. That's
exactly.
What it was. Yeah. It's unbelievable. And there you were. Incredible. I thought it was an imposter on the other side. I didn't believe it at first. 1-1 pitch is in there for strike 2. Napoli struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. 3 strikeouts for Price so far in the night. Johnny Gomes. And then we'll see Stephen Drew in the inning. Just inside. Price wanted it.
Yeah, a lot of times tonight that has been called a strike by Vanover. So Napoli very fortunate to have another chance. See another pitch.
To right field down the line. Myers moving over, and Myers won't get there. Jumps up into the seats. Ground rule double for Mike Napoli. Just slicing down the right field line out of the reach of Myers, and it's a ground rule double for Napoli.
Now we've seen Mike do this a little bit more consistently recently when a couple of strikes, cutting down on his swing a little bit, trying to make more contact, and it's resulted in a few more base hits to the opposite field. Myers coming up short as he got close to that wall, and Napoli picks up the ground rule double.
Napoli at second base to start the inning. This is the 3rd time in 5 innings the Red Sox have had the lead runner on. They have nothing to show for it, too. This is drilled towards the gap in left center, but Jennings on the run gets over there quickly to make the catch. Almost overran it. Had to reach back to make the grab. He got there so quickly.
Yeah, I got a very good jump on that ball because it looked gap when it left the bat of Johnny Gomes, but then it kind of curved back towards center field. You can see where Jennings is playing, slightly to the opposite field, and he closes the ground in a hurry. Tampa Bay, as we mentioned, very good defensive ball club, second only to the Orioles in the American League defensively.
1 out Napoli at second base for Stephen Drew. Well, for so many years, B.J. Upton manning center field for the Rays. Of course, now a member of the Atlanta Braves. As Drew gets that one in tight. Although Jennings plays a different center field than B.J. Upton did. Upton usually played very shallow and had no problem going back. Jennings plays a deeper center field than Upton did. And it's still just as good.
I've always felt, and it's much easier for outfielders to come in on a ball, and those who play shallow have that great confidence in going back on a baseball, which is a tough play.
Especially here at Fenway Park when you figure in the triangle area out there in right center. Morneau is grounded down the first baseline, a foul ball. Well, this year the Red Sox will celebrate the 60th anniversary of their partnership with the Jimmy Fund. We salute sponsors like H.B. Hood, who help make the Jimmy Fund a major beneficiary of the Red Sox Foundation. Double in the 5th inning here from Mike Napoli to start the inning. Gomes has lined out sharply to left center, 1 on, 1 out. And it's a ball and a strike to the Red Sox shortstop, Stephen Drew. Inside for ball 2. Does a very good job of framing pitches, trying to bring that back to the corner, but it's ball 3. He's got that quick move as he brings it back to the strike zone, or tries to, the way he catches the ball. Was part of the catching Molina brothers, Benji Molina, Jose Molina, and the best of the 3, Yadier Molina, who still plays for the St. Louis Cardinals and has added offense to his game this season. He's had a terrific year for the Cards. 3 balls and a strike to Stephen Drew. And a fly ball hit well to center field. Jennings going back to left room. That ball just kind of died out there in center. Makes the catch shy of the track. 2 down in the inning. Looked at first like Drew had more of that than he did. Well, Dunkin' Donuts is proud to give back. At every Sox home game, Dunkin' hosts a nonprofit children's organization. Tonight we welcome the STEPS program at Drury High School from North Adams, Mass. to historic Fenway Park. Dunkin' Donuts committed to the community. Enjoying the game tonight. Here to the bottom of the 5th inning with 2 outs. Napoli started the inning with a double. He is not advanced. There's Jared Saltalamacchia. Bounced out to the shortstop, Yadiel Escobar, in the 3rd inning. We'll pop it up this time to shallow right. In comes Myers. Makes the catch, and that'll end the 5th through 5. 3-0 Tampa Bay. throw, but it's dug out by Napoli. It's play on both ends. On the ground up the middle, ranging is Escobar, but he will flip to second for one. Barehanded the bare hand, and it's a double play. Nicely turned in the middle of the infield for the Rays. Good defense on both sides so far in tonight's game, but the Rays enjoy a 3-0 lead behind what has been a stellar pitching performance tonight by David Price, who, after coming off the disabled list, has been pretty untouchable, and that has been the case tonight through the first 5. Rays come to bat now in the 6th inning. Will Myers leading it off. Luke Scott and Sean Rodriguez anticipated in the inning. Myers has been on base twice in the game tonight. He walked in the first inning. Then he had a 2-run single in the 3rd inning. Kind of a bloop into right center field as he got jammed. Jumps ahead here 2-0. It's 81 pitches now for DuBron as he works in the top of the 6th inning, having retired the last 5 Tampa Bay Rays in a row. Elevates and he chases.
Good idea there by DuBron. A 2-0 count, and certainly Myers looking for the ball middle in, something he can drive, and he gets him to chase an outside fastball.
Myers taking strike 2. That was right down the middle.
Well, DuBron drops the curveball on Myers to even the count at 2-2. Amica Insurance is the proud sponsor of the Amica Pit Zone.
Well, this one picked by DuBron. Nicely done. You see the glove out there, and he'll run a bit and flip underhanded to retire Myers. First time he's been able to retire Myers tonight. Right back at him.
It looked like for a while DuBron was going to try to beat him to first base. And just staring him down, and runs over there and gives the underhand flip. DuBron having to go to his glove side to make the play, and knew he had plenty of time.
One out here in the 6th inning. Luke Scott the batter. And with a shift on, Scott takes it the other way into left field for a base hit. Red Sox had it all stacked up on the right side defensively, but Scott serves that into left center field for a 1-out single and breaks up a string of 6 in a row retired by DuBron.
That's interesting about that. He jumps on the first pitch. Now, on the first pitch, Iglesias at third base is in on the grass in case of a possible bunt. Had there been a strike, he would have been back in this position, more of that position there where the ball was. But Scott, jumping on that first pitch, picks up the base hit.
1 out, 1 on. Sean Rodriguez 0 for 2 in the game. Grounded out to second in the 2nd. Struck out looking in the 3rd inning. There's a pop-up in the infield right side. Pedroia and Napoli. Napoli will make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. The ace ticket pitching line for Felix DuBron: 5 2/3, 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk, and 4 Ks. All 3 runs coming in the 3rd inning. 2-run single by Will Myers, a sacrifice fly for the DH Luke Scott. And it's a 3-0 Tampa Bay lead. James Loney is grounded out and single in 2 at-bats tonight. In there for strike 1. Only the mid-May point was hitting at 367. Coming into tonight's game, hitting at 313. Fights this one off foul. Is down 0-2. That was biting right in on him.
A last fastball, more of the two-seam variety that time from Dubron, coming inside and on the hands of James Loney.
Only 5th in the league in batting average heading into tonight's game. Swing and a miss. He strikes out to end the inning at 5 Ks for Dubron. 5.5 deep, 3-0 Tampa Bay. For that trip in the Nesson West Coast Trip Sweepstakes. Both trips include round-trip airfares from Boston and accommodations for 2 nights. Winners will also have a chance to meet us at the ballpark. Go to Nesson.com/roadtrip for your chance to win. Also get a free trip into Jerry's room to meet his bull, Sebastian.
Well, we're so excited about that trip that you, I, and Jenny made our reservations for going out and returning
yes, we did.
From the West Coast because the ball club's going to be here playing late night baseball. And the same thing when we return from the West Coast, they'll be playing ESPN Sunday Night Baseball.
It's on here to the bottom of the 6th inning as David Price is a 3-hitter going in the game tonight. All the hits have been leadoff hits for the Red Sox, but in each instance, the base runner who is led off with the base hit has not been able to advance. This time it is Jose Iglesias who leads it off in the bottom of the 6th inning. Iglesias grounding out in the 3rd. Outside, ball 1, 1-2. play for Iglesias to go the other way in the outfield. And it's a ground ball to second base. Ben Zobrist for the first out of the 6th inning. It's time now for a Toyota game break. Here's Tom Caron. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Interesting to see how Matt Garza does back in the American League again with the Rangers. Of course, he was part of this Rays team. A successful run in 2008. Beat the Red Sox in Game 7 of the ALCS. And David Price, of course, pitched in that game. And now he is starting games for the Rays and deals with strike one to Jacoby Ellsbury. He's 0 for 2.
Well, Garza's name has really been thrown around for a lot of teams, hasn't it, in trade talks?
Really beginning last year. The one pitch, a strike, and it is 0-2. Ellsbury 0 for 2 in the game. He's grounded out to short, grounded back to the mound. Ellsbury grounds one to deep short. Stopping quickly is Escobar. He knew he had Ellsbury running, and he gets him. A good, hard, accurate throw. 2 down.
You don't see that very often. Too many shortstops that can go 4 or 5 steps to their right and still throw out Jacoby Ellsbury at first base. But Escobar, who's having a brilliant night at shortstop, is able to do that. That's a good 5 steps. He's able to plant over the top throw and get Ellsbury by a half a step at first base.
Nice play turned in by Escobar. He's made a few tonight and a lot in this series. 5 in a row now retired by Price. 2 down in the 6th inning for Shane Victorino. Victorino has one of the 3 hits for Boston. Infield hit to deep short. Escobar was unable to get him in the 4th inning, so he's 1 for 2. Overhead views tonight provided by the Hood Blimp. This summer, try new Hood Harvey bars. Each bar is made with creamy Hood ice cream and is covered in rich chocolate coating. Learn more at hood.com. There's a bunt bid down the third baseline. Pretty good one. Longoria bare hands and throws and gets him. No, he doesn't. He is safe at first as Brian Gorman looked like he was going up with a thumb. Instead, goes with the safe sign, and Victorino beats it out. 2nd hit of the night.
A very, very close play down at first base. A nice play by Longoria, and great hustle here by Victorino. Now, normally with 2 outs, you'd say, don't bunt, swing the bat, try to hit a double. But the fact is, the Red Sox down by 3 runs are trying to get something going any way they can. That was a very close play at first base.
Try to get something going here with 2 down in the inning. Victorino at first now. As Dustin Pedroia bats here. 0 for 2 in the game. Struck out in the first, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the 4th inning. Check on first and Victorino. Stutter step back to the bag. Victorino goes, and Pedroia fouls it off to the right.
Red Sox trying to roll the dice a little bit. Down by 3 runs. Have Victorino off at first base as we take a look at our texting. I'd say Dustin Pedroia is going to win that.
Just got a lot of baseball left tonight, Jerry. You never know, but it is looking in that direction.
Jumping out there with that.
You ready to call it yet?
No, I got to wait for Florida to come in.
0-2 the count here to Pedroia with a runner at first and Price with a throw over. Ownership enjoying the ball game tonight. Linda Pizzuti Henry with John Henry, Tom Warner, Sean McGrail, President CEO of Nesson, here tonight at the ballpark. Two down, Victorino at first base. Here is the 0-2 pitch. And that is outside, 1-2. This is back to the mound. Price will grab it and flip to first for the out that ends the inning. We're through 6 at Fenway. It's 3-0 Tampa Bay. On Saturday when the Portland Sea Dogs take on the Harrisburg Senators. This family-friendly event also features Dog Day at Fenway and a performance by Kids Bop Kids, Billboard's #1 kids artist of the year. Tickets start at $5 and can be purchased at redsox.com/futures or by calling 877-RED-SOX-9. A 3-0 Rays on top of the Red Sox. Felix Dubron has pitched pretty well here tonight. He had one inning in which the Rays scored 3 times. And that has been the difference. The Red Sox offense has been stymied tonight by David Price through the first 6 innings. And we're talking about the number of walks Price has given up. In 37 innings since coming off the DL, just 1 walk for Price. Red Sox have had 4 hits against him, but have been unable to advance after the hits. This is as good as we have seen David Price. Jose Molina leading it off here for the Rays in the 7th inning. There's a ground ball by the mound. Drew coming in at short for the first out of the 7th inning. Well, right now, Ace Ticket has special savings on all Red Sox games. Visit Ace Ticket for great seats at the lowest prices, either for a game or for all of the summer's hottest concerts. Visit Ace Ticket or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Red Sox with action in the pen for the first time tonight. Pedro Beato is up in the pen. Escobar 0 for 2 from the number 9 spot in the order. They grounded out in the 3rd and in the 4th.
Now it's 3-0 ball game, and this has been another strong outing by Felix Doubront in this game. It was a bloop single by Myers that brought in 2 runs in the 3rd inning, plus the sacrifice fly. But another good outing for Doubront.
And there for strike 2 as he jumps ahead of Escobar. Has 5 strikeouts on the night. He's had only 1 walk, and that came back in the 1st inning. Fouled off to the right, out of play. Well, Doubront has been going deeper into games. 6 1/3 last time out, 7 innings the time before that. In fact, the least amount of innings he has pitched is 6 innings in his last 5 outings now. There was a time where he had trouble getting through the 5th. It starts earlier in the years. This is inside for ball 2. On the ground, a couple of hops to Drew, a high hop up to him, and Escobar is out number 2 of the 7th inning. MLB.TV celebrates 11 years with new low yearly prices. Watch out-of-market games live on over 350 supported mobile and connected devices in HD quality with MLB.TV Premium. Visit MLB.TV today. MLB.TV, baseball everywhere. And 2 outs in the 7th inning for Desmond Jennings. He struck out, singled, and struck out again. That's the next thing I got to get you to get, Jerry, is MLB.TV. You can watch any out-of-market game anytime. It's great.
I don't want to.
You don't want to watch other games?
Red Sox baseball. That's all I watch.
Jennings turns on this and fouls it back into the photographer's well.
Yeah, a good time to have it for me would be if you're trying to scope out a team that you might be playing next.
Exactly.
You know? But the fact is that I am focused on Red Sox baseball and not
anybody else.
Baseball. It's too much for me to take in at one time.
So you just stay focused right here.
Right here.
I enjoy watching other games.
I know you do. You go home after the game here and you watch other games.
I watch a lot of West Coast games because that's what's on by the time I get home. And tell you anything you need to know about the Seattle Mariners, the Oakland A's.
Yeah, you see a lot of them. The Angels.
Anaheim Angels. See a lot of West Coast baseball late at night. I'll text you what's going on.
That's okay.
The 1-1 is going to miss for ball 2. Jennings singled back in the 3rd inning. Got it started. 3-run inning for the Rays. Bounce in. 3-1.
It's like the breeze is picking up right now here at Fenway and blowing straight in from center field. More like an April breeze right now, a sea breeze. I don't mind the sea breeze in July. I don't like it in April and May. No, it makes it too cold.
3-1. He is going to miss for ball 4. And down to first base goes Jennings. That's the first walk given up by Dubron since the first inning. And for every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Boston Children's Hospital towards the $25,000 donation this season. John Farrell has made the move to the pen. Felix Dubron done after 6 2/3 innings. He departs, responsible for Jennings at first base. It's 3-0 Tampa Bay. The pitching change from Fenway. Satisfy your sweet tooth or a healthy snack to keep you in playing shape. WB Mason's new expanded selection of food and beverages has all the bases covered. Who but WB Mason? And Felix Dubron done after 6 2/3 innings, and he's frustrated with the way this outing went and the way it ended, it appears. This call to the bullpen is brought to you on NESN by your New England Ford dealers. And 2 outs and a runner on. Nieto checks on first base, but Jennings back to the bag. Nieto into his 6th game, 1-0. He's not giving up a run in 4 2/3. 2 strikeouts, another toss over. Jennings has to dive back. Strike over the outside corner. Rays have 2 stolen bases in this game. They executed a double steal back in the 3rd inning. Ben Zobrist and Will Myers.
Yeah, Ben Zobrist was at second base at that time and had kind of a walking lead toward third base, so it became an easy double steal.
There goes Jennings. The pitch is low, and the throw is not going to be in time. Stolen base for Desmond Jennings, and that is the 3rd theft of the night for the Rays.
Now, we've seen the Rays do a lot in this ball game tonight. Stolen bases, double steals. We saw him with a safety squeeze. We've seen him play fine defense. Nice pick by Pedroia, but Desmond Jennings picks up number 16 on the season.
Big swing by Longoria. Can't get it. 1-2. Further action in the Red Sox pen. Drake Britton is up. Fly ball to right field. Victorino had started in. Now he goes back and over to make the catch. That'll end the top of the 7th inning. It's 7th inning stretch. It's 3-0 Tampa Bay. World of Sports on NESN Sports Today, presented by People's United Bank, immediately following our Sox coverage. We head into the bottom of the 7th inning back at Fenway Park, 3-0 Tampa Bay on top, and David Price has been terrific in this game. No runs on 4 hits. There's been 1 miscue behind him, and it'll be David Ortiz, Mike Napoli, and Johnny Gomes in the inning. Red Sox have not had 2 base runners on in any inning tonight. David's got 1 of the 4 hits in this game as he singled to left field in the 2nd inning. And fly to right in the 4th, his 3rd at bat of the night against Price. Strike 1. Framed by Molina, but it is outside to David. Thirteen straight appearances for Price with 3 earned runs or less. And tonight he has given up none. There's a chopper to first base, and Loney will catch it in foul ground. 1-2. Covidien, delivering innovative healthcare products across the globe, is the proud sponsor of the Red Sox Foundation. Happy young guy right there getting a foul ball. Fly ball down the left field line. This one headed towards foul ground and into the seats.
It's interesting. You could see Molina set up outside on that last pitch, and you know as a hitter you can sense that. But the problem is, you know the ball's going to be away, but you're not sure whether it's going to be a fastball, breaking ball, changeup. That time it was the fastball from Price.
Can you tell by shadows at night whether or not?
Yes, there are certain ballparks you can.
1-2 is low and away. That seemed to surprise Molina. 2-2.
A little fastball with a cut on it. I think that time that surprised Molina on that last pitch. Ball took off on Price a little bit.
Ortiz chops one to first base. Loney has to range to the second base side, and Price is over to cover for the out. That begins the bottom of the 7th inning. Ortiz retired, and that'll take us to Mike Napoli. Mike struck out swinging and doubled in the game. Pitch down and in for ball 1. It's amazing how economical Price has been in this game as well. He has one out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And this will be his 68th pitch of the night. And it's driven deep in front of left field for Napoli, and it is gone. Home run for Mike Napoli, his 14th of the year, and the first blemish of the night for David Price. Sox are on the board.
Number 14 on the season for Mike Napoli, right in his wheelhouse. He got a fastball about thigh high. Middle in, and a line shot out of the ballpark. So the Red Sox looking for something to jumpstart them in this game. Get the home run by Napoli.
He has hit some absolute blasts in a Red Sox uniform. Johnny Gomes now batting with one out, bases empty. And a chopper down the third baseline, foul. The Sox have now hit 104 home runs this season, and with it, S&S Express donated another $500 to the Red Sox Foundation. Brings the season total of $52,000. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. One is low and away, 1-1. Struck out looking in the second inning, lined out to center in the 5th. And Napoli had 2 home runs on Sunday night. He's had a home run here tonight. Now a pop-up into shallow center. Zobrist, the second baseman, out. He'll make the catch for the second out of the inning. Wind blowing in kind of knocked that down as well.
Yeah, very good pitch by Price, too. He gets beat on a home run on his fastball by Napoli. Johnny Gomes, good fastball hitter. What does he do? Throws him the changeup. And it results in the pop up to second base.
The Eastern Mass Lexus Dealers bring you the pitching line for David Price. 6 2/3, 5 hits. The 1 run coming on the solo shot in this inning for Napoli. No walks, 3 Ks. And Drew will take strike 1. Steven grounded back to the mound in the second. Flied out to center field in the 5th. Oh, 2. Matt Thornton, the left-hander, up in the Red Sox pen. Greg Britton had been up last inning. We've seen Pedro Vieto already out of the pen for Felix Dubrana with the first 6 2/3 in tonight's game. Incidentally, on Felix Dubrana, that is now 13 straight starts in which he has given up 3 earned runs or less. It's the longest streak by a Red Sox pitcher since Pedro Martinez had 14 back in 2002. So he's been very good, and good again tonight, but no run support while he was in the game. The 1-2 pitch outside, 2-2. Saltalamacchia on deck with 2 outs in the 7th. Jammed and a pop-up. See if it's playable. Longoria's got room, and the wind will take it, but he makes the catch. It ends the inning. Red Sox, however, get on the board. Mike Napoli homers. It's 3-1 Tampa Bay. West Airlines, the Boston area Nissan dealers, Subaru of New England, Sullivan Tire and Auto Centers, Bryant's Coffee Pouches, the healthy alternative to tobacco for professional baseball players, and by Dunkin' Donuts. To the 8th we go, 3-1. The Rays on top of the Red Sox. First pitch swinging is Ben Zobrist. It's a fly ball to right field, and Shane Victorino puts it away for out number 1 of the inning. Well, stay with us and after the game for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. TC and Eck will break down the highlights, and Jenny will bring you clubhouse reaction. WB Mason Extra Innings Live. Can't go wrong when you buy right. WB Mason. One out in the 8th inning. Will Myers has been on twice in the game. Walk in the first, a single, and a stolen base in the 3rd to drive in 2 runs in the 3rd inning. And he grounded out in the 6th. Pedro Beato with the final out of the 7th inning, out there to begin the 8th. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2.
This might be the last batter for Beato because you have Scott on deck. You have Thornton loose in the bullpen.
Luke Scott waiting on deck, and with Thornton, as you mentioned, ready to go. They've been warming up last inning. This is lined off the glove. It drew into left field. Tried to time the lead, got a piece of it. And then it glances off his glove into left field. A 1-out single for Myers. His 2nd hit, 3rd time he's been on.
Yeah, the first hit was a bloop to drive in 2 runs. No bloop about this. A line shot that deflects right off the top of the glove of Stephen Drew. A little bit higher, and it might have gone right to Johnny Gomes.
So 1 out, 1 on with Luke Scott coming up. Beato coming out of this game. Matt Thornton will be coming in. It's 3-1 Tampa Bay. David Price, 7 innings, giving up 1 run in this game. Myers is 2 for 3. He just picked up his 2nd hit of the game, drove in 2 runs as part of a 3-run 3rd. Felix Dubron 6 2/3 in this game, on the hook right now. Like Napoli getting the Red Sox on the board with his 14th home run of the year. Rays have a runner at first, 1 out. Luke Scott, the batter. Check on first, and Myers back to the bag. So Matt Thornton in here 45th appearance, 0-4. The 3.77 earned run average is combined numbers between Boston and Chicago. 23 strikeouts, 12 walks, and opponents hitting at .248 against Thornton. And in tight at 94 grabs the attention of Luke Scott. Thornton entered last night's game against Tampa Bay with 1 out, 1 on in the 7th. Tired the only batter he faced in Sean Rodriguez, got him to ground out. Swing and a miss. Called the fastball up and in with the fastball down and away at 95.
Inside, up under the chin, down and below the knees on the second pitch. Not a complete shift on this time for Luke Scott with the man at first base. Lefty on the mound.
And a check swing foul.
Excuse me, swing on the breaking ball that time from Thornton.
Thornton acquired by the Red Sox on July 12th, along with cash considerations in exchange for minor league outfielder Brandon Jacobs. And his debut with the Red Sox while they're on the West Coast at Oakland on July 14th. There's a ground ball softly towards Pedroia. They go to second for 1, to first for not 2. Scott able to beat it out. Doesn't hit that hard. They do get the lead runner in Myers.
Now Pedroia tried to rush that as much as he could, but you're right, not hit hard enough to make a double play. It's Pedroia coming in. He could not tag Myers, had to go to second base, and by the time the relay gets to first, Scott's able to beat it out.
Two outs in the inning. Scott at first and Sean Rodriguez the batter. 0 for 3. He was grounded out, struck out, popped out. And a strike over the outside corner. Technically, Beato is still responsible for Scott at first base on the fielder's choice. Beato ends up going 2/3 of an inning. And again, still responsible for Scott at first. Didn't walk anybody, nor did he strike anybody out. Came on for Felix Dubron. Went the first 6 2/3. Charged with 3 runs. Grounder foul, and it's 1-2. Well, the Red Sox, of course, with a huge loss. And Andrew Miller lost for the year. And Matt Thornton obtained to, I guess, kind of fill that same type role.
Yeah, it was nice to see Andrew Miller in the Red Sox clubhouse this afternoon after surgery, but it'll be spring training before he's ready to go again. Relieved that the surgery is over and the rehab has started.
To right field, and this will get in for a base hit. Victorino over to play it. The second base goes Scott on the single by Sean Rodriguez. And the Rays have something going with 2 down in the inning. Advil is the official pain reliever of the Boston Red Sox and proud supporter of Volunteers. Go to Advil.com to find out about the Advil Relief in Action campaign. 2 on, 2 down in the Rays' 8th inning, and that'll bring up James Loney. He's grounded out, singled, and struck out. Top 7 hitters in the Rays order have at least 1 hit. The 8-9 men in Molina and Escobar collectively 0 for 6 in this game. Tampa with 8 hits in the game. And Will Myers with another multi-hit performance tonight. This is into right field, a base hit. Luke Scott being waved around. Throw from right from Victorino is going to be close, but not in time. Scott scores, and the Rays take a 4-1 lead. A 2-out RBI single by James Loney, his 2nd hit of the night. And Tampa Bay regains their 3-run lead again.
Now that throw from Shane Victorino just slightly up the third base side, and that caused DeSalto-LaMacchia to try to make a sweep tag at home plate. Has to go up the line a little bit. The runner's just about by him as he tries to make that sweep tie. Can't quite do it in time, and Luke Scott scores the 4th run of the night.
Loney has been big in this series. He's had a great year offensively and continues it. 1st and 3rd, 2 down. Jose Molina will be the batter. DeSalto-LaMacchia.
And Napoli at first base was not holding on Loney, and they quickly made that adjustment to get him back to first base to hold him on.
Swing and a miss for strike 1. 0 for 3 night for Molina. He is grounded out 3 times. Rodriguez at third base, Loney at first base, 2 outs, a run in the Tampa Bay 8th inning. Molina fouls it off to the right. The run is charged to Beato. It goes 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 1 run. Runner goes at first. The 1-2 was fouled back as Loney was taken off on a 1-2 pitch. Not known for his speed. Chop left side into left field, a base hit, and from third, Sean Rodriguez will score the Rays' 5th run of the night as Tampa Bay takes a 5-1 lead. 2 runs so far here in the top of the 8th.
Well, it's really been 2 innings in this game for Tampa tonight. The 3rd inning where they got 3, they've got 2 here in the 8th, and have created a nice gap, especially the way that Price is working in this game tonight. Ground ball tapped between third and short. Another run comes across.
So 2 down runners at first and second. Yunel Escobar coming up. 0 for 3, 3 ground outs from the number 9 spot in the order. And a ground ball to first base. Tough hop. Napoli picks it and take it to the bag to end the inning. But the Rays tack on 2 more. They take a 5-1 lead through 7.5. industry to provide selection, expertise, and solutions. For more info about this proud sponsor of the Boston Red Sox, visit fwweb.com. The Red Sox have work to do as they come to bat here in the bottom of the 8th. Rays adding 2 runs in the top half of the inning. And take a 5-1 lead. David Price has thrown just 76 pitches through the first 7 innings. Saltalamacchia, Iglesias, and Ellsbury expected to bat in the bottom of the 8th.
And John, we talked about it earlier in the ball game, and the fact that only 76 pitches, and we highlighted the fact that only 1 walk and 23 strikeouts coming into this game in his last 4 outings.
Yes, and 38 innings now. And
we kind of expected the Red Sox maybe to be more aggressive against him, and that's been the case.
Salty 0 for 2 tonight. And takes strike 1. Strike 2. Heard the term pound the strike zone, but Price is a guy that kind of pounds the corners for strikes. He's not down the middle very often.
No.
0-2 is a one-hopper that exploded on Zobrist, but he picks him and throws to first for the out. Nice play by Ben Zobrist for the first out of the 8th.
Now Saltalamacchia hitting that ball hard, but Zobrist, another fine defensive play for Tampa Bay tonight, going to his backhand to make this play. Down to one knee, back up to his feet, and time to throw Saltalamacchia out at first base.
He's as good in the infield as he is in the outfield. He's made a terrific versatile player for Joe Madden, a 2-time All-Star. 1 out here in the 8th, and Jose Iglesias is the batter. It's 0 for 2. Grounded out to third base in the 3rd, bounced out to second in the 6th inning. Foul back, right in on the thumbs. 1-1. Action in the Red Sox pen. Drake Britton had been up earlier. He is back up again. Red Sox have already used Pedro Bieto and Matt Thornton out of the bullpen. Swing and a miss, and Iglesias down by way of the K. That's the 4th strikeout for Price, and the first strikeout he's had since the 2nd inning as we check back in with Jenny.
Well, Don, we had over 1,000 voters text into our AT&T texting poll tonight. We asked them who they believe should be the Red Sox MVP at this point of the season, and Dustin Pedroia, the man who signed the contract, won today with 43%. Right behind that, David Ortiz at 33. Don?
Oh, David really rallied, Jerry.
Yeah, he did. He made a push right at the end, and that must have been after the state of Florida checked in. And
2 down here in the 8th, 4 in a row retired by Price. This is his first strikeout since the 2nd inning. It's not been a huge strikeout night for Price, just 4 in the game, but he has been very, very effective.
If I was Ortiz, I'd call for a recount down in Florida. You never know what's going to happen when they're down there, you know.
The one pitch is just outside the bag at first. This is a fly ball out to shallow left. Sean Rodriguez will make his way in and put it away. It's a 1-2-3 8th inning. We're through 8. It's 5-1 Tampa Bay. Tickets to these great matchups and other Sox games are available at redsox.com/tickets. You can also call 877-RED SOX 9 or visit the Fenway Park ticket office for information on all upcoming Red Sox games. Let's into the 9th inning with Tampa Bay on top 5-1. Red Sox using their 4th arm of the night is Drake Britton, who had been up on 2 different occasions. Now is into the game. His 3rd appearance in the big leagues. He is not allowed to run so far in 2 innings. Opponent's hitting at .250 against Britton. He threw a scoreless 10th inning on Sunday night against New York after issuing a leadoff walk to Brett Gardner and a single to Robinson Cano. Was able to get an inning-ending double play. Lyle Overbay running into it to end that inning. And here's Britton against the Rays in the 9th inning. Red Sox trailing by 4 runs. Desmond Jennings leads it off and takes ball 1. It was Jennings' single that started the 3-run 3rd inning for the Rays. Will Myers with a big 2-run single, kind of a bloop single in the 3rd. Ground ball to third base, picked there by Iglesias, who was in on the grass. 1 down. Take your gas savings deep. Sign up for the Cumberland Farms Smart Pay check link and save 10 cents on every gallon every day. No gimmicks, no catches, just savings. Join for free at cumberlandfarms.com. 1 out in the 9th, and here's Evan Longoria. And a single back in the 3rd inning, a 1-for-4 night. Baltimore has a 2-1 lead tonight in the 7th inning in Kansas City. And the Orioles starting today 3.5 games back of Boston. If the score holds up, the Rays would be back again to half a game back of the Red Sox with a chance to move into first place before leaving Boston with a fourth and final game of this series tomorrow night. Longoria hits a one-hopper to short. Spinning and firing is Drew. Nice play. Good job by Napoli to keep the foot on the bag as well.
Very steady at shortstop is Drew. Anything he can get to, he usually makes the play on it. And there's Napoli making the stretch at first base. Back to that outfield grass, spinning, planting, throwing, and getting the out.
Two down in the ninth for Ben Zobrist. Zobrist singled back in the first inning. Rays out hitting the Red Sox 10-5. Greg Britton promoted to Pawtucket on July 5th, made his AAA debut. And able to make his Major League debut on July 20th. So things have moved fast for Britton this season. 1-1 is inside for ball two. 4-2 in the 2.32 earned run average. His last 8 starts at Double-A Portland before moving up to Pawtucket. And only 1 appearance with the Paw Sox before being called up to the majors. And did he go around? He did. Home plate umpire Larry Van Over said he offered. 2-1.
A breaking ball that time from Britton down in the dirt, but Zobrist can't hold up the swing. Amica Insurance is the proud sponsor of the Amica Pit Zone.
Close pitch, but called the ball, and it's a full count now. Myers on deck. He's had another big night tonight for the Rays, driving in 2. On the ground up the middle and into left center field for a base hit. Johnny Gomes over to play it, but it's a 2-out single for Ben Zobrist, his second hit of the night.
And a lot of hits in the last couple of innings for the Rays. 4 hits in the 8th inning. Add 1 here in the 9th. With 2 outs, and that brings Myers to the plate.
He's trying to add on here. 2 outs in the 9th inning. Myers has been on base 3 times, a walk, a single, and another single. It's also grounded out, driven in 2 runs. This ground ball softly hit towards third. Iglesias on the run and in time. Nice play. And the Red Sox have the right people coming up. They're trailing by 4 runs. Victorino, Pedroia, and Ortiz. action. WB Mason Extra Innings Live. You can't go wrong when you buy right. WB Mason. These aerial views are brought to you by Hood, the official dairy of the Boston Red Sox. Follow the Hood Blimp on Facebook and Twitter at Hood Blimp. Red Sox trailing by 4 runs. Taking Price back on the hill again here to begin the bottom of the ninth. He's only thrown 87 pitches through the first 8 innings. He has 7 career complete games. This would be his 2nd against the Red Sox if he's able to pull it off. It would be the 3rd of the season he's able to do it. It'll be his 3rd in his last 4 starts now since coming off the DL. Shane Victorino leads it off and takes ball 1. 3 games against Chicago and Houston. 98 pitches against Chicago, 87 pitches against the Astros. So got the pitch count on a minimum those games as well. That's a strike, 1-1. And then behind him, just in case, Fernando Rodney, the closer. Here's ball 2. Headed out to talk to Price here. They've not had many meetings in this game.
There has been no need.
Look at the breakdown at a very economical night for David Price, inning by inning. Spending the most energy in the 7th inning. That was the inning that the Red Sox scored Mike Napoli with a solo home run. This one is ripped foul. Victorino now, Pedroia next. Red Sox batting here in the 9th. Victorino hits a fly ball to center field. Desmond Jennings waiting. 1 down in the 9th. The Hess Express are donating $500 to the pediatric trauma program at Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox home run this season. Sox have now hit 104. Bringing the total in donations to $52,000. Our thanks to Hess Express, committed to helping the cause. For Mike Napoli, his 14th home run of the year. He's back in the 7th with 1 out. Pedroia takes strike 1. 0 for 3 in the game. He was struck out, grounded out twice. Six in a row now retired by Price. Pedroia will pop it up right side of the infield. James Loney drifting to foul ground. Wind pushing it, and he'll make the catch. Ended up having to go a great distance from where he started to where he ended up. 2 down. Wind has been blowing in the last couple of innings, and that's the 2nd out of the 9th. There's David Ortiz, 1 for 3 in the game, single back in the second inning. David will line this, and it's caught. It's shortstop by Escobar to end the ball game. Hot shot in the end of the ball game as Price gets a complete game. 5-hit, 1-run effort tonight against the Red Sox. And Tom Caron and Matt Moore did it to the Red Sox in game 1. And tonight, David Price does it in game 3.